Good morning, everyone. This is the first vlog of my new series, Rows of Thorns, where I will be explaining to you the different medical needs that I have every day. So I have quite a routine I have to go through in the morning. Because I'm diabetic, first I'll be checking my blood sugar, and I start out with a inhalation treatment called albuterol. The second inhalation treatment I do is called hypertonic saline. It's an inhalation of salt water, which sounds kind of funny, but it's very pragmatic. It's very useful. And then the third inhalation treatment I'll do is called tobramycin in what is called a Toby podhaler. And while I'm doing those three, I'll also be using a device called a therapy vest. That's really large and bulky, and you'll see how that works in just a moment. So, let's see what my blood sugars are this morning, because that's important. Hey, oh crap, that's really high. So usually in the morning my blood sugar should be between 90 and 145, with 145 being relatively high. 252 is pretty high. So what I'm going to do right now is I have some short-acting insulin called Humulog here. Let me see, yeah, there you go. Those short-acting. I think I need to take like 2 units of that, and then check it again in 2 hours, because yeah, it's 7:30 in the morning, so that's how my brain works. So right now I got these 3 inhalation treatments to do, and the first 2 I use with a pump here. They take about 10 to 20 minutes each, and then that one's much quicker. I'll show you what that one is, because that's a bit different. So the vest, the therapy vest, is something that is big and bulky and obnoxious. First I got to clip myself on with all these bits, and then you see that. Watch that. Look at that. Watch. I hook up these large hoses to either side here. Got 2 of those. And that goes into this large machine. Stick that on. This fills up, and it pressurizes the vest. So now the vest has air in it, and there's this pneumatic button here. You press this, and it fluctuates the air pressure inside the vest, which causes it to shake and vibrate and rattle and toss me around like this. On the device you have different pressure and frequency settings, so it goes from that to this. That's only, the frequency goes from 5 to 25, and that's only about 17. And I do this twice a day, while I'm also doing this albuterol nebulizer. Let me get that set up. This is called Toby podhaler. It's how I inhaled the medication tobramycin. So to clarify, it used to be that tobramycin was in a nebulized form, just like the albuterol and saline solution that I've just done. But it seemed as though there was so much medication, it took quite a while for all of it to be nebulized. It's like a half hour. So they put the medication into powder in these pills. And so what I do now is I take this funny looking device, and the pills go in here, where you press this button and some prongs come up and poke them open. Then I inhale the powder. It's pretty awkward, because I mean it's a powder, it's dust. So I have to inhale that and then hold my breath for about 10 seconds to let it settle. Otherwise, I'm just breathing it in and breathing it back out. In fact, sometimes I just cough up an entire thing. So I do 4 of those, and it takes like a minute, which is a lot easier in that regard. It's shorter, but it is, I mean, what other medication could you think of where it's breathing in a powder into your lungs and waiting for it to settle? It's kind of difficult for some people. It's awkward. So I think McKenna still does the nebulized form, because she does this as well. But I got the powder form here. So, Sunday morning, my pill regimen is pretty light. I only have to take a vitamin E pill. And just now it occurs to me, I'm also supposed to be taking a multivitamin every day. So, I mean, I usually do. I got the empty bottles around to prove it. But I need to replenish my supply of multivitamins. But this morning, vitamin E is pretty simple. Come on. Just one of these little golden guys. Those are easy. I like that in that regard. Well, we just got back from church, and I didn't bring my phone because I had to transfer videos, and that would have taken a while, and we had to leave really quick. So I'm going to do my blood sugar again, but I want to explain that this is in a specific context. See, when I woke up, that was my fasting number, meaning I'd been asleep all night, I hadn't been eating, but when I woke up, it was above 200, which isn't a good number. So after I checked my blood sugar, then I took 2 units of fast-acting insulin, and brings my blood sugar down, as it should. Then when I was at church, I had 3/4 of a muffin and 2 cups of coffee, specialty coffee, which had flavors in them, and white chocolate, and one of them had regular chocolate. And so I took 2 more units at church because I brought my pen and a needle. So this number wouldn't really mean anything if it wasn't in context. If I didn't explain that, it would have a very different meaning. So I'm going to check my blood sugar again. The number is 151. So that's a lot better than it was earlier, when it was way above 200. And the number should be between roughly 90 and 145. So this is 6 points higher than the usual targeted goal. But as I said, given context, it was much less than 2 hours ago that I gave myself 1 shot of 2 units of short-acting insulin. So that's a good number. That's why you have to explain that sort of thing. Is I had eaten a lot of carbs, 3/4 of a mushroom, 2 coffees with a lot of flavors in them, really good coffees. And it was like a total of 5 shots of espresso, which is how I wake up in the morning. Now I got a bag of banana chips. Here's a really quick review of this. They're not fried, or they're not oven baked. They are freeze dried. So I thought they were going to be like chips, like they'd snap, but they're more like foam. So the texture is a bit odd and the flavor is very different. So I think they're nice. They got all of 18 carbs, which I always look at. And let's see, 1 to 10, I'd give it a 6 because they're nice and they're banana, and they're, yeah, it really is just freeze-dried bananas. But most people won't like them. They're very specialized, and I just need a snack right now, so that's exactly what they do. 6 out of 10. I have to change the score that I gave those banana chips, because when I first started eating them, they're like, well, it's a nice banana taste, and it is bananas, and they're just freeze-dried. But the taste didn't necessarily transfer over well with the texture, so I thought, well, it's pretty good and it's healthy, so it's 6 out of 10. But then as I ate them a bit more, I noticed that as you eat them, they like rehydrate and turn into a paste and get stuck in your teeth a lot. And so I thought, well, that's not really pleasant. So in my mind, I sort of downvoted it from a 6 to a 4, you know. Still pretty okay. And then I noticed that it wasn't just getting stuck in my teeth, but like on the facade of my teeth, and I'm like, okay, that's a 3 out of 10. Because Ew. And then, I really did speak too soon. And then, I tried drinking a whole bunch of water to, wash it off. And it took a little over a half hour to get all of it out. So it went down again to a 2. Those are a 2 out of 10. Because the flavor's okay and they are healthy, but there's not a whole lot in them. And they rehydrate and turn into a paste and get stuck all over your mouth, mostly on your teeth and on the facade of your teeth and in between your teeth. And they're just kind of gross to try and get out. So 2 out of 10. Would not recommend. And then I'm having lunch right now. It is a very large yam with a bunch of beans. Let's look. One large yam, whole bunch of beans. Gonna have it with some water. That's what all that is. It's not really it's beans and yams, so it seems like it's vegetarian safe. But I'm not a vegetarian, and those are not vegetarian safe, because it's like they have bacon in them, so something like that. Bacon flavored, bacon grease, bacon bits. Not a whole lot of them, but make no mistake, I'm not a vegetarian. So this will be met with 6 enzymes, which I got to take before I eat, and 2 shots of insulin. There's the enzyme bottle. I take 5 of those for a meal. Also, I haven't eaten much today yet, so this is going to be nice. At 4 o'clock. Yes. 1/2 of a cup of measured blueberries. Don't really need enzymes because enzymes for food with protein and fats and calories, and these are blueberries, so excellent blueberries. Frozen blueberries. Excellent for a hot day like today. What I got here are 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches made with whole bread, creamy peanut butter, strawberry preservatives, frozen blueberries, and cinnamon. This will be taken with 2 units of short-acting insulin and 5 enzymes, and a glass of water. This evening for treatments, I'll be doing an albuterol and a pulmozyme. Not a saline solution, because the two should not be done within an hour of each other. So, pulmozyme is, I wrote in this piece here, is kept refrigerated up until I need to use it. And it is in a container very similar to this one, but it's got a longer tail. And then right before I go to bed, I will be doing 12 units of a long-acting insulin. And that'll time me over for tomorrow, up until I need to have meals. So that's what I got going for this evening. I should check my... No, I did. I checked my blood sugar just earlier. It was at 148. So everything in that department's going good. It's 10:30 right now, so I'm speeding this up a little to be able to download these videos to my computer, stitch them together, then upload them to YouTube as quickly as I can.